And this is the next Jomon part. So, one of my scouts was executed brutally, presumably by Pan's Oracle. I don't know why this scout here in this province would have been fragged. Some horrors hit Agartha's big main army. And fought some ghouls over here who just sort of rose up out of the ground. We found a magic site, Garden of Bones. Very, very lucky find there. Yeah. That is now giving me 8 death gems a month. Found 2 more magic sites over here. We found a gem deposit, 75 gold, and Citadel of the Lore Masters. This is an incredibly good mage because it gives me access to every path of magic in the game. So I am going to stop recruiting own Myojis and start making these Lore Masters, because the longer the game goes on, now I can do everything. I can do everything the game has to offer. Assuming people let me get blood lore masters and get a blood economy going. But it's not impossible. It is definitely not an impossibility. It's a very lucky find. Yeah, these mages are just really, they're crazy good. Expensive, and they cost a lot per year, but it's alright. I'm making hand over fist in money. Tried to assassinate some centaurs and a commander. We succeeded there. And then these guys couldn't find anyone, so this province is actually cleaned out. And we're just going to walk over here and start assassinating people inside this province, because this one is empty. Actually, we'll leave 2 of you there to assassinate. Yeah, we lost these provinces just ever so briefly to these raiding parties, but I'll just frag him easy. I mean, if he wants to walk over here, then whatever. I'll just chase his army down while I'm taking the rest of his territory. It's fine by me. Took back the ocean. He walked onto the land over here and took that. I think there was a big battle somewhere here. Oh yeah, here's Pangea hitting Vedheim and just butchering him completely. But it's off in a sort of random province I don't really care about. Once I siege this down, I should be able to get this and just take all this stuff relatively unopposed, now that Pangea has been reduced quite substantially. Maybe this was a big battle? Abyssea attacking Agartha. Well, Agartha's just fielding like PD here, but this is Abyssea's primary army, which is being nerfed kind of badly from being in the snow, or being in cold, I think. Maybe not. I figured being in cold would screw them up, but maybe it's doing something for encumbrance? Oh yeah. Perhaps. Yeah, not much to say here about this army, just like some blood dudes, some fire guys, and then a lot of sacreds and a lot of crossbowmen. And we've got some terrible scripting here, as these fire elementals clump next to these crossbowmen and slowly burn them to death. And he gets some friendly fire kills for his trouble. Yeah, I mean, these Agarthans allegedly got kills, but they certainly were not killing the crossbowmen. And that was like fire gems just burned for that. Yeah, so this is his big 21 Sage army. Vedheim is certainly rocking these Jarls that he's now recruiting everywhere. They're pretty spooky. And I think this battle here in the Royal Forest is noteworthy. Ah, yes. So here is Agartha attempting to storm this Abyssian fort. And inside Abyssia doesn't have very much. He's got some guys on like sparse line formation. He's got a flame spirit, a bunch of tiny blood mages, all with like 1 or 2 slaves. Some of them actually have none. These guys presumably just spamming fire elemental. But his fire spirit doesn't have anything. He's got a few will-o-wisps. He's got some smolder ghosts. This guy's just spamming more fire elementals. Not a very intimidating lineup, honestly. And yeah, some axe throwers on the cliffs. And we've got some sacreds here. Not very many. What is this? This is a 36 sacreds. Abyssia definitely has more sacred units, undeniably. He's got a lot of these entrance guard units, but these guys aren't very good. They've got high protection, somewhat high HP. Their weapon isn't anything special. Their stats are above average. You know, I mean, they're solid. They're definitely very tanky. But still, he doesn't have that many. He's got a lot of light crossbowmen, though. He's got a lot of light crossbowmen, and there's not that much of an Abyssian front line. He's got a bunch of crappy militia in the back, and then some bones. For mage support, he's got a lot of these useless D1, E1 mages. And then he has a useful E2 animator. And then another one over here who's been twice born. And he's got a hero over here who's a little broken. He's got some ghosts in the back too. We'll see how they do. So the will-o-wisps come out real fast and collide into those bones. That's cool. So he casted... Abyssia casted flaming arrows. I wonder if that was worth it. I guess so. Yeah, it's getting kills. It's getting hits. Fire elementals, being ethereal, have a neat feature that they could go through castle walls. So they run right into their primary prey, these skeletons. And the Abyssian clerics are just casting banishment. And, I mean, you can see these guys, they've got good stats, but their stats aren't, like, good enough. You know, they're not going to do, even though they're hitting for 16, sometimes it's piercing damage, but these sacreds have protection 17 and invulnerability 10. So they're not really hitting for any damage. I mean, even if they hit, they don't really hit for damage. So it's just a long grind out here in the front. And eventually, the entrance guards just get worn down because they just can't out-damage these guys who hit for 20. Much more impressive. Yeah, and the Abyssian army routes. This was primarily won by Abyssia because Agartha just doesn't have mages here in this battle. Like, he's got a couple who are spamming Horde of Skeletons, but these Attendants of the Dead are just useless. They just don't do anything for him. They're trash. They don't help at all. He basically had 2 mages who were doing anything. And Abyssia has a lot more. There's a lot more useful mages. And, I mean, you could just... It's reflected in the kill count. His army, you know, like the army size, Agartha's army is vastly superior militarily to Abyssia's, but his magic was just better, and his troops were good at holding the front line, which is what they needed to do to let the mages do their work. Agartha needed badly fire elementals in this battle to go over the walls, and yeah, just way more of these reanimators, way more undead spam was necessary. We got a bunch of money, a bunch of gems, black steel plate, more earth gems, some unrest. One of our guys was found, killed. We're breaking the walls here in these forts. And that's about it for this turn. I guess you can just like patrol around. No one will be there, I hope, this next turn. Yeah, just building up here. I think I'll make a commander here and have, can I get him elsewhere? No, all these places are they're too poor. Use site search there, so let's move over here. Found a gold mine, that's nice. Oh, there was a crab. Yeah, you crab. Take your boys and just walk on this province and just take it. It'll be interesting to see how this battle goes. Yeah, and you guys can walk back over here because you've site searched all this already. Okay. Research-wise, I am going to get Conjuration 8 next turn. So I'll be able to cast Summon Dione finally. And then after that, I'm going to go for Alteration 7. Because I want, there's a few great things here I get. For level 6, I get Battle Fortune, which is good. I get Soul Vortex, which is great. Darkness could be useful. Army of Giants, no. Crumble? No. Iron Pigs? I guess Frozen Heart's alright. It's not bad. This thing's okay. But really 6, you know, it's really like Soul Vortex is the big thing, but at 7 is where we get real good stuff. We get Phoenix Pyre, which is great. We get Fog Warriors, which is amazing. Don't want to cast Sea of Ice. We get Marble Warriors, which is very important. Doom, which is great. Creeping Doom, Mass Protection. Yeah, just a lot of really great spells we can get at Alteration 7. And we can get up to that very quickly with this research speed. I gotta dish out these items. Sure do have a lot. Let's give some stuff to like a Ryujin lying around, like you. Here, take this this holy thing. No, actually, I don't want you to have that. Where do I want a communion to go down? Oh, hey, you can be in the communion. And I think I already confirmed this guy can't be, so I don't need to give that to him. Can you make anything? Anything I want? I guess I'll have him make these shoes, so I don't have one on hand. Yeah, and I think after Alteration 7, I'll get Construction 7. Get out Golems. And then after that, I could get Enchantment 5. I could get Foul Vapors. That might be worth getting immediately. Because Foul Vapors is pretty nice. I also start dispelling these annoying things. Yeah, well, I'll get that. I'll get that later. Also gives wards. All those are useful. Winter ward, thunder, flame, all that stuff's very important. Relief. Yes, that's a very important spell too. Yep, but a Conjuration 8 is going to be big. Okay, that's the end of this part.